You know, one of the things that changed me forever happened during a FEMA deployment in Mississippi. Back in 2016, I remember driving through one of the poorest counties in America at the time. And I'll be honest with you, what I found there was not what politicians, pundits, and talking heads had spent years telling me I would find. I didn't find laziness. I didn't find human garbage. I didn't find people sitting around waiting for handouts. What I found were human beings. I found elderly people sitting on porches, with more wisdom than most people on television. I found families holding themselves together through impossible circumstances. I found veterans, churchgoers, grandparents raising grandchildren, people who worked hard their entire lives and still ended up struggling. I found dignity. I found character. I found history. I found resilience. And that experience forced me to confront a lie that has been sold to America for decades. The lie that poverty is a moral failure. The lie that if someone is poor, they somehow deserve it. The lie that if someone needs assistance, they must be lazy. The lie that if someone relies on government help, they are somehow less worthy of respect. That lie falls apart the second you actually meet these people. Because life is complicated. Factories close, industries disappear, medical bills arrive, spouses die, disabilities happen, inflation eats away retirement savings, housing costs explode, prescription drugs double in price. And suddenly, a person who did everything right spends their final years choosing between groceries and medicine. Are we really going to look at that person and call them a freeloader? Are we really going to tell a 75-year-old widow who worked 40 years, raised children, paid taxes, buried her husband, and got crushed by the cost of living that she's somehow a burden? No, absolutely not. What I saw in Mississippi taught me something that I wish every politician in Washington would learn. The value of a human being is not determined by the size of their bank account. A person's worth is not measured by their net worth. A retired coal miner is worth no less than a hedge fund manager. A grandmother on Social Security is worth no less than a billionaire. A disabled veteran is worth no less than a CEO. Because human dignity is not something you earn. It is something you possess simply by being human. And somewhere along the way, America started confusing wealth with virtue. We started treating success as proof of character and hardship as proof of failure. But those two things are not the same. Some of the kindest people I've ever met had almost nothing. And some of the most morally bankrupt people I've ever seen had more money than they could spend in 10 lifetimes. Poverty does not make someone lesser. Struggle does not make someone weak. Needing help does not make someone disposable. In fact, the true measure of a society is not how it treats the rich. The rich can take care of themselves. The true measure of a society is how it treats the elderly, the disabled, the sick, the struggling, the people who have fallen behind through no fault of their own. Because every single one of us is one illness, one accident, one layoff, one tragedy away from needing help ourselves. And when that day comes, I hope we remember something simple. The people we call poor are not statistics. They are not budget items. They are not political talking points. They are Americans. They are human beings. And they deserve the same dignity, respect, compassion, and honor as anyone else walking this earth. Not because they earned it, but because they were born with it.
That brisket, it was good, man. Like, for real, like, check it out. It wasn't dry. It was falling apart. Now, listen, pause. The glizzy, but this is the smoked sausage wrap. You feel me? Like something different. But even still, something simple, it was good, man. Y'all really got to pull up, man. Just for the nostalgia of it. Get you some barbecue. I don't care if it's raining. Now, again, pause. This is the smoked sausage sandwich. You feel me? Like, I had to get in there. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. This meat was premium. And I ain't gonna lie, it was a